Hey everybody, it's Lisa from To Create a Website. Today I'm going to teach you how to pimp out your Twitter background. And if you're an internet marketer and you're not on Twitter and you chalked it up as to something dumb, idiotic, ridiculous, let me just say you are probably missing out on opportunities, and your competitors are probably, I'll go as far as to say, maybe even taking some of your business away because they are learning how to use this fabulous, simple tool. And trust me, as I said in my last video, I was not on board with Twitter in the beginning. I thought it was ridiculous. But then when I started seeing other internet marketers use it and I saw how they were getting results from it, I was sold. And so for the last 2 months or so, I have really been involved in Twitter. One of the merchants that I promote as an affiliate, I tweeted them the other day and told them about a video that I had done for their product, and they put my video on their page, on their website. So it's actually helping with my sales. So it's amazing at how much of a networking tool this can be. And just like anything, guys, you have to learn how to work it. You can't just sign up and sit there. You have to be active with it. So it's all about being creative, being innovative. So if you're trying to make money online and you're complaining that there are no free places to promote, you need to check out Twitter. And just like anything else, you get out of it what you put into it. So having said that, let's talk about making a fun Twitter background. So as you can see, you're looking at my Twitter page right now, and if you've been to my Twitter homepage in the last 24 hours, you'll notice that I have updated my background, and I had another background up with like multiple pictures of me. It was like a collage, and I was just kind of playing around with it. And I don't know how long I'm going to stick with this actual background. I'm not really much of a narcissist. I don't necessarily like looking at pictures, especially enlarged pictures of myself, but it's just kind of fun to play around with this background, and I thought I'd create a video to teach you how to do the same. And actually what inspired this video was Ryan Seacrest and Oprah Winfrey actually inspired this video, because on their Twitter home pages, as you can see, here's Ryan's. He's got the picture on the left side, which I think is kind of cool. And then Oprah, she's got the picture on the left side. So, and that's another thing, guys. Oprah is now officially on Twitter. So now that Oprah's on, everybody's going to be on Twitter. So if you haven't created an account, you might as well jump on the bandwagon. Okay, so these are the two Twitter profiles that kind of inspired me to do the picture on the left side. So I'm going to teach you in this video how to create that. Now, one thing I want to say before I get started is that you have to remember that everybody's screen resolution is different. I am looking at a 19-inch monitor, so a widescreen, so my resolution is 1440 by 900. And so if your resolution is 1024 by 768, which according to my site stats, that's about 30% of you, so it's a pretty large chunk. A lot of you will not be able to see as much of my face because your background is smaller. So you have to kind of keep in mind when you're creating your image that it's going to look different in every browser depending on the resolution that they use. The most common resolution these days is the 1200 by, I think it's 1280 by 800. Which I think is the common resolution for like 17-inch widescreen monitors. So most people have at least a 1280 by 800 these days. So a Twitter background will look pretty decent in that resolution, at least a background kind of like I've created here where you can see the person. So you definitely want to put the focal point of the background in the left area of the screen so the person can see it. Now, for people that are on 800 by 600 backgrounds, I didn't even worry about them. First of all, if you're on an 800 by 600, you can't even see a background on Twitter. So I'm not worrying about those 2% of the people. So everybody else, if you're on 1024 by 768 and above, those are the people that I was really kind of developing this background for, which is most people who surf the web these days. So you have to keep that in mind when you're creating your image. So I created my image in Photoshop, and as you can see, here's the original image, me sitting at home, and notice there's a background, my house is in the background, and I wanted to take that out, so I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. And actually, you know, even if you don't want to create a Twitter background like I've done, you can actually watch this video and learn how to extract or crop out people from photos. If you've ever wanted to learn how to take somebody out of a photo and put them in another background, you can learn how to do this here. So First thing you need to do is take a picture of yourself, or have somebody take a picture of you. And what I would do is make sure the camera is on a large setting. So what I mean by that is, don't take a 600 by 480 photo. Check your camera settings, go into your menu and change the photo to like a large or an extra large setting, so it's at least at 1600, because the background image that you're going to create for Twitter is going to be 1600 by 1200. So you want a fairly large picture so it will look right. So the first thing that you do is you open up your picture in Photoshop or whatever image program you have, and you're going to crop yourself out. So this is what you're going to do. You go over here to your palette here and you click the quick mask button. Click that, and then you select the paintbrush, and basically what I'm going to do is paint over the area that I want to crop out. So this little circle here, so I'm painting, see. Now I'm not going to do all of this because it would take me forever. I've actually already done it, obviously, because my background is up, but I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of what you have to do. So you want to paint over everything you want to extract. And see, I've already messed up, but that's okay. I'm not doing this for real anyway. So we're just going to paint, just trying to give you an idea. And in Photoshop, you know, you can make the brush smaller when you get to those sensitive areas around the edges. So I can make this brush like really tiny if I want to get, you know, around the edges. And also in Photoshop, if you do Control Plus, you can zoom into the photo and then you can get around like the edges like this here. See that? So it takes a while. This is probably the most tedious part of doing this, but once you get it done, it's not so bad after that. So after you do that, you go back to your standard mode. Let's pretend, and see, it selected the area that I just colored. So let's pretend that I had done my whole body. Then you go up to select inverse, because you want to crop out the part that I cut out, not the background. Select inverse, and now I can say edit, cut, and it cut me out. And so now this is just a sample, but as you can see with my real image, I did it over here, and this was the final product. So what I did is I cropped myself out of that photo, and now I've got me floating around the page, so I can do whatever I want to do with this image now. So what I did is I opened up a brand new file, a brand new palette. 1600 by 1200 is the size, and this photo that you're looking at here, this is the actual Twitter background I'm using now. It is, as I said, 1600 by 1200, and over here it's got 3 layers. The first layer is the color that you see in the background, and all this is just a gradient in Photoshop. So if I wanted to change that color in the background, I could just go back to the gradient here and watch this. It just changes. See how the background is changing? Just like that. That's how easy it is, and that's the great thing about cropping yourself out of a photo. You can pretty much put any background. So if I want to put myself on the beach, I can get a picture of a beach and put that behind me. And then for the logo here, I just use the text tool to create this logo, and then I use the handles to drag it around like that. And that's it. And then I saved it as a JPEG and I uploaded it to Twitter. That's it. The only thing you have to make sure is that you don't go over 800 kilobytes. I think my image is something like 500 kilobytes or something like that. So you can really play around with this, and you don't have to do a picture of yourself. You can do a picture of anything, any picture that you have at home. Of course, make sure you have rights to the picture before you use it. Don't just go grab a picture off the web if you don't have permission to use it. And if you have a graphics program like Photoshop or PaintShop Pro, or you don't have to use Photoshop, but I personally think it is the best, and you can just upload a picture. Now if you want to do like a smaller picture, you can, nothing wrong with that, but when you do a smaller picture of yourself, Twitter is just going to tile it and repeat the image in the background, and that's okay. But if you just want one image like I have here, it's really best to do a large 1600 by 1200 image, and if you right click here in Firefox and go to view image, you can see the actual image here, and I can zoom in. But Twitter scales the image, and so you get this result right here. So Twitter automatically scales the image after you upload it. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you guys decide to pimp out your Twitter backgrounds. And if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please do me a favor. If you found this on Twitter, retweet it. Let your audience know about it. And if you don't know what a retweet is, it's basically you just type capital RT and you copy what I just tweeted that announced it. That now I can't talk. I tell you, the Twitter lingo has got me all tongue-tied. But you can basically just announce what I just tweeted in Twitter. Or you can just send a link to this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a link to the video on the right side, and you can just tell people, hey, go check out this video and learn how to pimp out your Twitter background. So hope you guys have fun. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this background. I don't know if I really like looking at large pictures of myself. It's kind of scary sometimes staring at me, but it's kind of fun to play around with. So hope you guys have fun. Talk to you later. Bye bye.